Detroit Lions a little bit shady regarding the potentially at that time trading Matthew Stafford to the Carolina Panthers. The rumored detailed leaks fell. We're going to talk about free agency. We're going to talk about Charles Harris and Tracy Walker. We're going to get into Penei Sewell, get some recognition, as well as the Lions' odds are grim. The Detroit Lions mock draft by PFF has the Lions taking Kyle Hamilton over Kayvon Thibodeaux and taking Sam Howell at 32. But before we get into this video, if you think it's a real sound idea to grab a knife to fight Wolverine, then go ahead and subscribe to my channel because we talk all things Detroit Lions news and rumors, and sometimes you fail miserably and get cut up. Also, make sure you take that like button with you so Wolverine can put that thing to shreds. Let's get into today's Lions rumors. Before we talk about the details that leaked out, let's talk about the trade details that would have been. The Lions were looking to trade Matthew Stafford, and the Carolina Panthers thought they had him, and this would have been the details. The Lions get Teddy Bridgewater. They get the 8th overall pick of last year's draft. Carolina Panthers get Matthew Stafford. Hey, this is what leaked out from the Panthers room. The coaching staff and the front office members of the Panthers were confused and shocked. Multiple sources familiar with the deal said, "We won, we had it." One Panther source says, "Then it went away." So it looked like the Detroit Lions were nearly done, had the deal in place to send Stafford to the Carolina Panthers, but then all of a sudden that deal fell short. The Carolina Panthers are unhappy. They're looking for a quarterback, and they could have had a better one than what they have right now. So the question is, are the Lions shady for doing that, taking the Rams deal the last second? I say no. If you're going to make a deal, it needs to be in writing. You can't just do handshake deals. And the Lions franchise got to take the best deal that they can get. And they felt that getting a 3rd-round pick, 2 first-round pick, and Jared Goff is better than getting the 8th overall pick in Teddy Bridgewater. But hey, I think, in all honesty, that they did the right thing. But I'm just one guy. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Did the Lions make the right move, and do you believe they're a bit shady? PFF mock draft just came out, and there's some interesting nuggets for sure. With the 2nd pick in the 2022 PFF mock draft, the Detroit Lions select safety Kyle Hamilton out of Notre Dame out of Kayvon Thibodeaux. This is interesting because, as we've been seeing, Kayvon Thibodeaux is the edge rusher that's been mocked in many drafts, either go 1 or 2. But after the Senior Bowl, we heard rumors and some things popping out that he could potentially fall out of the top 5. He could potentially even go to maybe the 7th pick in the draft. And Lions need help at safety, but safety going this high is something that never happens. So would the Detroit Lions be smart to take Kyle Hamilton over Thibodeaux? Well, I'm going to give you my thoughts on this. First off, I think pound for pound, Kyle Hamilton is the best player in this year's draft. If you were to think of Quandre Diggs and Glover Quinn somehow having a baby, they spawned it out, it would be Kyle Hamilton. He's a playmaker. He is a thumper. He's exactly what the Detroit Lions need. We need help at the safety position, and that's just facts of the matter. So if the Detroit Lions decided to take Hamilton over Kayvon Thibodeaux, all honesty, I would approve of this because you can't screw this up, and we need to take the best player available approach. This is what I've talked about, and we need help in the secondary, so it's killing 2 birds with 1 stone. If they took Thibodeaux over Kyle Hamilton, I get it, but I love the concept that PFF did here. But they did another player mocking to the Detroit Lions here, and that was with the 32nd pick in this year's draft. Maybe you think they would take a Nakobe Dean, a Devin Lloyd, or someone else, a wide receiver, an edge rusher. No, they have the Detroit Lions taking North Carolina's quarterback, Sam Howell. This guy, we've seen him play through this year and last year. Last year, he did really good. This year, it kind of fell off a little bit. A lot of his weapons were not there. In the Senior Bowl, we coached him. We've seen what he can do with a poor offensive line, the best that you can do, in all honesty. He had really good footwork. He was throwing the ball really hard. It was on targets. The Detroit Lions do need to look at the future regarding the quarterback position, whether it be this year or next year, and they have the Lions taking Sam Howell. First off, I don't believe Sam Howell is actually going to be there with the 32nd pick. I think that's an absolute long shot. We've seen many times players covet quarterbacks specifically to help their team out. There's a lot of teams this year that needs help at the quarterback position. But if it does happen, there's a good chance, if the Lions are sitting at 32, that players such as Nakobe Dean or a Devin Lloyd or a Jamison Williams, Drake London, whoever they like, a position of need, whether it be a wide receiver, linebacker, would not be there. And if the talents are gone and Sam Howell falls there, should the Detroit Lions pull the trigger? That is definitely something they need to look at. I know the fan base is split here regarding the quarterback position, so I want to hear what you guys think. And this is going to be the pinned comment for this video. Should the Detroit Lions look to draft Sam Howell if he is sitting there at 32? Why for yes and for no? What do you guys think on this? Let's talk about Penei Sewell getting some recognition again from PFF. Finishing with an overall grade of 82.4, Sewell came in at number 66 of players 1 through 101. Asked to play both left and right tackle during the season, Sewell earned a grade of 84.5 run blocking grade and surrendered 35 pressures in a total. PFF's Sam Monson writes, he had some poor games but offset them with dominant ones in position, typically time to just in the NFL. I love that Sewell is getting some recognition here, folks. I think it's really important because just because you're on a bad football team like we were last with the 3 wins doesn't mean you shouldn't get recognition. Penei Sewell, I felt like, was put in a hard position here. We're talking about he trained in training camp as the right tackle. The season starts, Taylor Decker goes down, he goes to left tackle, does a good job, then goes back to right tackle and continues to get better throughout the season. I think he is a player on the ascension. I think he'll probably be in the Pro Bowl next year. He's just going to get better, very young, and he should get recognition for his good work. And I like that. And I'm glad PFF is throwing him a bone and throwing Lions fans a bone about this. Let's go ahead and talk a little bit here about free agency real quick. Now, I read an article today. There's 2 main players the Detroit Lions really need to look to re-sign, or 2 big critical decisions they have to make. One being Tracy Walker, and that's going to be probably the biggest decision. We got to wait, obviously, until free agency starts, is do we commit to Tracy Walker for a long-term deal? Do we put a franchise tag on Tracy Walker and do another prove-it deal? I think the Lions definitely need to look at other safeties that's coming out in free agency and the draft, but I do like Tracy Walker. I think he does have value for the Lions, and right now, we're going to completely rebuild this safety position, and you got to have someone back there that's somewhat familiar with the scheme that we got. And Tracy Walker is young, and he does bring a lot of upside. Remember, he was put in a bad position. The safety position, besides him, was Cheeks. So now, if you do re-sign him and you bring more talent to him, it will probably better and make his game improve throughout the season. I think personally it'd probably be maybe even a good idea just to franchise tag him, to give him that 1-year prove-it deal. Then it will give the Detroit Lions an option to sign a Marcus Williams, maybe draft a safety like Kyle Hamilton, who then eventually could be, those 2 would be the guys for, for the next upcoming years for the Lions. So that is definitely something that need to look at from that perspective. Also, let's talk about another player they had on this list here, and that is Charles Harris, the edge rusher the Detroit Lions. We signed this offseason, and he did a really good job for Detroit. This kind of piggies back on the Kayvon Thibodeaux situation. If the Lions do pass up on Thibodeaux, maybe it's because they re-signed Charles Harris. They feel that Romeo Okwara and Julian Okwara can really benefit. Austin Bryant getting better. But Charles Harris, I think, should definitely be re-signed. I want to go overboard on his contract. I think it's really important to be fiscally responsible from him because it's just 1 year. Aaron Glenn is a great defensive mind, but I think he brings value as an asset to this team. I think he brings a good way for the Lions to get better because you need waves of edges. You don't need just one spectacular. You need multiple players. So I think we should definitely re-sign him back to the Lions to get this thing rolling. Folks, if you have not downloaded the Lions Nation Unite app, that is absolutely crazy. I am on there. I got content on there. So go ahead, follow me at MicroMike. Go to lionsnationunite.com, download the app, and join the rest of the Lions fans that are on there. You can do many different things. Post your pictures, your fandom. There's prize giveaways. It's made by Herman Moore. It's an absolutely fun app for the Detroit Lions fans and a great way to really kind of give back. So check them out on YouTube as well. Lions Nation Unite. Let's get this thing a roll. The Lions have the worst odds right now to make the Super Bowl. Well, they're tied with multiple teams, and that is interesting to least. Let's go ahead and look at what they're saying. As for the Detroit Lions, they're tied with two other teams, the Houston Texans and the New York Jets, for the longest odds to win the Super Bowl, 150-1. Is this something that is an absolute travesty? Is this something that should not be taking place? Or is this justified? Personally, it's probably justified because you have to prove it, folks. If you want to win a Super Bowl, the Lions haven't won a playoff game since 1990. If you want to make the Super Bowl and you want to make some noise and get respect in the NFL, you need to win games. We went 3 wins last year. It would be extremely hard for the Lions to have better odds than that. But it's perfectly fine, right? Like, if you think that the Detroit Lions have a chance to do better, then, hey, you can always do this, and you can bet on it. You can go to chatsports.com/LionsBet. That is BetUS. If you put in the promo code Lions125, you get 125% deposit bonus. So if you want to bet on the Lions to win it all, don't do a lot of money, maybe like $5 at most. And, hey, if they somehow did, you're going to be very, very rich. But, hey, I probably would not make that bet. Folks, in the upcoming videos, we do got the One Pride podcast on my channel at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time, a fun interactive show. If you have questions, make sure you come on down. And we featured your comments on the mailbag segment. That video drops every Saturday. We got videos dropping tomorrow, Wednesday, every single day for your Lions fix. Make sure you hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on these great content that's coming your way.